Why am I nervous? Like, I'm literally nervous.
Just think of everything that could go wrong went wrong.
So Brooks and Drew wake up after their night out after the ball game, and Brooks really wants to play golf because four of us brought our golf clubs down to Florida. He's like, "This is our last day. We got to go play." We hadn't made a tee time, so he makes a tee time on golf morning. Now. Yeah,
oh, great in the morning
because you were still drunk.
I didn't even feel still drunk though.
That's how it feels. Anyway, so Brooks books the tee time on golf now at a course that is supposed to be 10 or 15 minutes away from our Airbnb. To put this in context, we don't have a rental car. We've been Ubering everywhere. Everything in Sarasota is within 10 minutes of each other. You don't need a rental car if you go there. So our buddy Brett is staying in the house, and he has to fly in a couple hours. And he's got a rental car. And so we're running late for this tee time because we had just booked it an hour before. And we say, "Hey, Brett, can we all pile in your car? And then it's only 10 or 15 minutes, and then you can just drive us back." And then he's got to go to the airport in a couple hours. He says, "No problem. We'll do that, guys." Mm-hmm. So before
we loaded up the car with the bags.
Yeah.
Like, had it started. Everything was in there. I even drove for him. Yeah. I was like, "Brett, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible."
Without his ID, by the way, because he didn't get his ID till later on the night.
Yeah. You were still drunk and you got in behind the wheel? What is going on? Your dad's going to kill you. Your dad's watching.
You don't know if I was still drunk or not. Allegedly. Okay? I was doing cold plunges between the pool and the hot tub that morning.
And John Collinsworth made cheeseburger eggs.
And I was feeling great.
Anyway, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Anyway, so before we go to the golf course, I'm like, "Brooks, Calusa Country Club is a 55-minute drive from here." And he said, "Oh, well, we're playing this course called Calusa National." I look, there's 4 different courses called Calusa something or the other. Calusa Country Club is the one we were playing. Calusa Country Club's not the one we went to first. We went to nothing. We went to Calusa National Golf Club. It was like a business park. There was no one there. There was no golf course. This is no good. So we relook at the booking. It is Calusa Country Club, as I suggested before we left, and still 55 minutes away, but we're a little closer now. So we're just like, all right.
Different addresses though, which was weird.
So anyway, we were like, all right, fuck it. Well, we can get there on time. Let's just floor it. Brooks floors it. We get there. We pull in to a housing development.
To Baghdad?
That is not developed quite yet. Let's just say they had just cleared the trees and everything is mud. It looks like a new housing development that hasn't been developed yet. There's not a house.
Did you call it Baghdad?
That's what it looked like.
It looked like Baghdad.
There was no signs for the golf course. There are no roads. We're driving down dirt roads. There is no pro shop. The pro shop is a temporary trailer. There is nothing at this golf course. We show up. This is no good. Right. This is what I'm thinking, Nick. This is no good. But at the time, I'm not thinking this is no good. I'm thinking I'm going to kill my fucking brother. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
Or the guy at the front.
Yeah. So we get there. The 4 caddies, the guys taking your bag off the cart, the bag drop guys. They don't know what's going on at all. They are the least helpful, least informed human beings on the planet Earth. And Brooks booked this on Golf Now. I think we literally could have just walked up, got in 2 carts, and just went and played the golf course and not talked to a single person. We wouldn't have known where to go because there was no fucking signs anywhere.
The bag guys didn't know how to do their job. It's pretty thoughtless.
So,
take a bag.
This is not the worst part of the story. The worst part of the story is I go in and pay, and it's way too expensive. $130 to pay this golf course per person. Yes. Which immediately we should have just been like, we're leaving, but we're 55 minutes away. We just drove here. We're just like, all right, let's make the best of it. We're going to get the course.
Looking back, we should have just said, fuck it.
Yeah. The course was nice. The course itself was nice. Like the grass that the course was on. But lines of the exact hole that we were playing, basically it was fairway green, tee boxes were nice. Everything else was unbelievably gross. It was mud. It was terrible. It was building equipment, Caterpillar machines over here, fucking bulldozers over here, and it sucked. We get on the 3rd hole. All of us are pissed off at this point. And
Drew and I were trying to bring the vibes.
Brooks and Drew were yelling good vibes, as they made triple bogey after triple bogey.
Was there beer? Tell me the beer.
The worst part. We get to hole 3, and we're like, we need the cart girl so bad because their hangovers are starting to kick in. My
bad.
starting to kick in. I'm already pissed off. My adrenaline's going.
At this point, I think the cart girl is going to be Joe Radke. The cart girl had to be Joe.
That would have made it better.
Sorry, guys. The course is so new. We just opened. We don't have a liquor license yet. I don't have any alcohol.
Oh,
so we're 55 minutes away from our place. It is 85 degrees outside. We don't have sunscreen. All of us got completely fried, burnt. These guys are as hungover as they possibly could be, and there is no end in sight. No end in sight. We had to wait on every single shot we hit. We made it through 16 holes. I don't know. Well, I made it through 16 holes. Brooks made it through like 14 and a half or something. Brooks and Drew.
I started pacing. We started pacing the tree. Yeah. We started pacing the tree line, which is not really even. Yeah. It's like a dirt line. Because we started getting the mouth sweats, dude, and we were like, oh no, something's coming.
We are down bad. Drew, like we had just mentioned, Drew probably had 50 beers the day before, and it's 85 degrees outside. We're 55 minutes away in the middle of fucking nowhere, Florida. I think it was called Waterbury, Florida.
The Waterbury Open, like in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, so we just go past the people who were playing 17 and 18. We're like, we're so done.
We're done.
And all we want to do is just get an Uber back to the place. And it's 4:00 on Friday in Florida, so it's rush hour traffic. Number one. Number two, we're in the middle of nowhere, so we can't get an Uber for an hour. It took us an hour to get an Uber. And when we finally got an Uber, granted, 4 big dudes, 4 golf bags in the back. It's this small ass little Toyota Corolla, and we somehow fit all 4 of the
bottomed out on every bump.
The muffler hit the pavement no less than 50 times, and no less than 10 times did it wake Brooks up next to me, and I was sitting in the back.
Drew and I are trying not to throw up and sleep at the same time.
It was the worst. Talk about 4 dudes just down bad, just defeated.
I don't know. I couldn't even fathom a worse day, to be honest with you. And to talk about the actual golf that was played, like Drew and I could barely fucking hit the ball to begin with. That's
so
how
ugly.
We were. Like I was like, I'm taking half swings to try to hit the ball semi down the course.
I don't know that Brooks hit a fairway today in that one round of golf. I don't know that he hit a single fairway.
The first shot. That's why we were team good vibes.
Good vibes.
We were team good vibes. We're like, all right, me and Drew are gonna have good vibes here, and like we're gonna turn something out of this shitty ass fucking day.
Yeah.
Our first 2 drives were like not great, but they were fairway finders that barely got off the ground. We're like, all right, well, that's just something. That's just a great moment for things to come, right? Things are gonna bounce our way.
It was not.
They did not. Drew made like 100-foot putt too.
Oh, like hole 5. The only skin they won on the front 9 from us was Drew made literally the longest putt I've ever seen hold in my life. It was over 100 feet. It was the biggest green I've ever seen. He's all the way on the back, and it just goes in.
So team good vibes were feeling pretty good at that point.
And that's the next hole is when we ran into the cart girl, and all the bad vibes came real quick.
Oh my.
Well, I guess I'm like, can I please get a double Tito's and lemonade? And she's just like, I'm so sorry, we don't have alcohol. I was like, do you guys just want to leave now? Like, do you guys
when we should have left.
Yeah.
Did you like Instacart it or Uber Eats alcohol to the course?
They wouldn't have been able to find us.
Yeah, dude, you couldn't do anything. They would have had to send a drone. I literally, I don't know if they could have found us with a drone. The Uber driver was just like, I don't know where to go.
We couldn't find it. The Uber driver couldn't fucking find it. We get to the course, and like the guy's being a dick at the front.
Yeah.
And then Dusty wasn't even there for this. We get up to the
starter.
The starter, and he's like, "You're not on the list." He's like, "What's your name?" We're like, "Rothschild for 1036 or whatever." He's like, "Oh, I don't have anybody in that slot. You're not on the list." I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, I'm sorry your list doesn't have it. We booked it this morning." He goes, "Did you just show up?" I'm like, "I mean, we got here somehow. I'm here for the tee time." He's like, "Where's your other 2? They're right behind us." So I don't see them. It's like, buddy, I'm going to fucking end your life here in a second. I was, oh my God. I was so mad. He's like, well, you're not on the list. It's like, I don't know what this list is. Like, is this a list to get into the gates of heaven to this
Schindler's List?
exclusive golf club that you guys have here? Like, you guys
Anyway.
should be begging people to come play. We're here. Let us fucking play.
In about 4 years, when the the community is developed, that course is going to be really nice because it was actually, like, once again, the grass was good, but there was not much of it, and the surroundings were as ugly as you could possibly imagine. Also, there's no sign to get from hole 1 to hole 2. We didn't know where we were going. We had no idea. You could just, you're driving around a construction zone.
We sat there where the bag checker is, waiting to be told, like, all right, where's the first tee at? And we're looking at other people around us who are also having this same question. Yeah. And he can obviously hear us talking about this and doesn't say a word. Yeah. And then we're like, hey, how do we get to the first tee? And then he starts talking to somebody else, and then finally tells them how to get there, and then they tell us, and we're like, all right, I guess we'll follow you guys. We go up to, like, the driving range, and we're, like, still perplexed about how do we get to the first tee. And this is when the whole bad stuff started with the starter, because I'm driving trying to find it, and he, like, runs out in front of me. He's like, ho, like, you gotta stop. I'm basically saying, I'm the checker. I need to make sure that you're good to go. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to find nobody has told me where to go, but at this point, so I'm furious.
Yeah. The ability to eat solid food should not be taken for granted today, sir. Like, let's let me go to the first fucking tee box.
Anyway, I will give my review of the course 0 stars. Calusa Country Club in Waterbury, Florida. In about 4 years, it's going to be nice. Do not ever fucking go there in the next couple of years. It is the worst place on earth. You will have a miserable time.
We should have played a $25 municipal that was close by. We should have done.
And if you want to sponsor us, Calusa Country Club, I don't fucking care. I don't want your money.
No.